Yeah, we actually just got out of that press conference with State Superintendent Ryan Walters, who was very upset about that ruling and says that there needs to be change in the state. And just behind me there at the state capitol, lawmakers say there's a lot to digest, like the ruling itself, what's next, and could there be another push for a publicly funded religious charter school?
I believe that this decision is antithetical to the religious freedoms in our U.S. Constitution. I believe it's antithetical to the rights that parents have to direct their children's education.
State Superintendent Ryan Walters voicing his anger about today's Supreme Court ruling, stopping Oklahoma's efforts to create a publicly funded religious charter school. Justices split 4-4 on this issue, which means the Oklahoma Supreme Court's ruling barring the school stands. Democrats applauded the state's attorney general for fighting the school.
We believe firmly in what the Constitution says and that there is a separation of church and state. When it comes to teaching about religion and faith, that should be done in the home and in the church, and that's the parents' responsibility, not the responsibility of teachers.
And the leader of the Senate, a Republican, says he doesn't really have an opinion on today's vote, but says he's looking into the decision and what could happen next.
I know it's important to some people and it's important to me as far as the standpoint of it's an issue the state's been involved in. Whenever a state has an issue that goes to the Supreme Court, it kind of catches your attention.
As for education in the state superintendent says he will keep pushing for school choice and against what he calls religious discrimination.
We are actively pursuing what those courses of actions may be. Could be a reapplication by the school, could be an application by another school. We're also looking at a potential amendment to the state constitution to help clarify this issue. And we're also looking through funding mechanisms for religious charter schools in the future of Oklahoma.
Now, the governor did put out a statement earlier saying the fight surrounding St. Isidore is going into overtime and said that there will be more cases filed surrounding this issue. And when I asked them, they didn't really give an exact example about this. Now, there are a ton of statements coming out surrounding this story, including one from the statewide charter school board. We'll have all of those statements in this story on our website. At the Capitol, Dakota Wapakichi, KOCO 5 News.